What's really going on, guys? Welcome back. If you're new here to my channel, my name is Eddie and you're watching Stay True to the Flavor. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning no names, but if you're dropping a comment, you know that everybody can see it. So be careful what you post. And for the lady that wanted me to take my shirt off, well, it ain't that kind of show. That's all you get. Now for today's menu, I am making some green shrimp pozole. Let's get to it. So for my ingredients, I got 4 poblano peppers. 4 of them I'm gonna roast. 2 of them I'm gonna use raw. I got some tomatillo peppers. These are the green tomatoes you use to make salsa. I'm gonna use 1 jalapeno because I like a little spice into it. Some radish, a white onion, some garlic, some green cabbage. Of course, some shrimp. How many shrimp you use depends on how much you want to make. I also have some ground up dried shrimp. I'm going to be adding a little bit at a time till I get to the flavor that I want. Don't add it a lot at one time. Some green spinach, not for flavor but for color. I'm also going to be using some cilantro. And of course, for pozole, you need hominy. I'm going to be using about half a can. So I'm going to start off by roasting 2 of the peppers. A little bit of oil. If you've seen me do this before, you already know you gotta get it all over the place. Just like that. And put this on direct heat, on direct fire. So you get nice and dark. I'm also gonna be roasting my jalapeno and my green tomatoes, but the green tomatoes don't need any oil. Jalapeno is a little bit smaller, so it was a lot faster. In the bag. Poblano pepper in the bag. Gonna let it sweat for about 10 minutes. Okay, so my tomatoes are roasting. I already roasted my 2 other poblanos. For the raw ones, I'm just gonna cut them up. Take the seeds and the vein out. Just like that. I'm just gonna start by peeling my shrimp. Get all these peeled up. Okay, so my shrimp are all peeled. Make sure you wash them thoroughly. Okay, so it's been around 10 minutes. Jalapeno onion first, so you can clean it up. Take the skin off. I'm gonna leave intact. Just take off the stem. I'm gonna leave the seeds and the veins attached because I do want that spice. Now this is optional. I like it spicy, but if you don't like spicy, don't put it in. Same thing with the poblanos. So if you put that oil on there and got a nice char on there, it comes off easy. Roasted green tomatillo. And I'm going to do the same thing with the tomatillos, the green tomatoes. And for these roasted peppers, I am going to cut them in half, take the stem and the seeds out. Gone. So now to my blender, I want to put a nice handful of cilantro. The poblano peppers, they are raw, so I just cut them, help my blender out. The ones that were roasted go in there as well. Whole jalapeno, optional. My tomatillo peppers go in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some of my water. And blend this up. I'm gonna throw a handful of spinach in here. Now I'm gonna blend it all up. Okay, I'm gonna pour about half of this back in my pot. About half. Okay, so the remaining half that I have in here is kind of watery, kind of soupy. So you want to grab some of your hominy, throw it in, along with the garlic that I forgot earlier. Blend this up and it'll help to thicken your broth. Now we're going to go ahead and pour the rest of it in. Now I am going to add some pepper. I am not going to add no salt just yet because the dried up, grounded up shrimp could be salty and I don't want to over salt. Okay, so meanwhile my broth comes to a boil. Gotta let it boil first. I'm just gonna go ahead, get rid of that. Cut some radish slices. Once I have enough slices, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them into thin strips. Now my onion, I'm just gonna slice. Once I have enough, I'm just gonna grab them together and dice them. Okay, for my cabbage, I'm gonna take a piece off. Man, that's a white looking cabbage. Just gonna shred it up. Once it's shredded up, I'm just gonna cut it in smaller pieces. Okay, now you want to go ahead and throw in your hominy. I'm gonna use a spoon. I don't want to splash everywhere. And I said I was going to use about half a can. Now I want to bring this back up to a boil. Okay, so my broth's been boiling for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw in 1 spoonful of that shrimp. Number 2. Okay, so it took me 2 spoonfuls of the shrimp powder. If you don't have this, you can use the shells from the shrimp as well. It'll give you good flavor. But it does need some salt. Okay, so it's barely now starting to come back up to a boil. It's starting to want to. I'm going to go ahead and throw my shrimp. Turn this off. With the heat, it'll cook those shrimp and you don't want to overcook them. So that's just done. And that's turned off already. Serve this up. Plenty of shrimp, plenty of hominy. I'll get some of that broth. Some of that cabbage. Onion, a lot or little, as much as you like. And we're going to go ahead and do the radish right on top. A little bit of that lime juice. And of course I'm having serrano pepper because it's not that spicy. And I'm going to have a couple of tostadas with it. Okay, so like everything I make, is my take on it. I was planning on sharing this with a friend that also likes shrimp, but she's been having crazy busy days, so more for me. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And like always, make sure you pray for those meals and stay true to the flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and enjoy this.